sir, people. Bring it back in. Bring it back in. The champion has arrived, bringing your weekly due diligence, people. You should already be up. As I mentioned last time, I just do not miss. But now I've got another one just to keep you guys rolling. Much love to the family. Y'all, do y'all about 15 minutes for me to update you on your future riches?
Yes.
Good deal, guys. Like I said, 2025 is your year. And if everybody sticks to this, this will be the year that changes legs of generations to come, people. And that's something right there to give you chills down your bones. To my naysayer, I don't hear too much, but I'm going to hit you on top of the head every single time because I told you. But guys, let's get straight down to the information. No need for further delay. You are here with your favorite host, the chocolated Confucius.
Wow.
Mr. 74 Thought. The original V12. Gotta have a couple racks in the middle. Gotta have a couple racks in the middle, right? The undisputed champion of due diligence. And to my naysayers, you can call me Poppy. And/or the ultimate. That's right. It's Money Montgomery, y'all. Let's dive straight to the information. Everything kicking off. I told y'all, I said in the last video, or prior to the last video, hey, this is the misdirection right in the middle of the FUD. XRP down to $2. I told y'all what? To buy y'all this zip. Because I said, you've got to understand what's going on and that all this stuff is going to be FUD into when? ISO 222. When was that confirmed by the government? July 14th. That means in 12 days, our lives in the world in itself, in the financial marketplace, takes a shift for the better. But now again, now we're starting to get the headwinds. Bitcoin sitting at 108,886, creeping up to 109,000, with projections now coming out from analysts expecting Bitcoin to hit 130,000 to 200,000 when? By the end of the year. Much as I've been dialed in, because again, now the analysts come around, everybody can listen. But I told y'all, 2025 was your year, and this was a stable coin bull rally. I've been on point, but yet again, I have something else to pull up with you. XRP sitting up at a beautiful 225. Let's get down to the information. I always told y'all over and over again that crypto was going to become the new banking system, and that Ripple was like the new Bank of America, JP Morgan. It is the new mega global bank. Y'all heard that here first, and there's a term that I use all the time. Well, breaking news and breaking some bands down in my V12. Here we are, Brad Garland House. True to our long-standing compliance roots, Ripple is applying for a national bank charter from the S.E.C. If approved, we would have both state via NYDFS and federal oversight, a new and unique benchmark for the trust and stablecoin market again, because Ripple is the number one. It's the world coin. Earlier in the week, via Standard Custody, again, the company that we bought, the biggest, and I told y'all this, the biggest digital asset custody building in America, in the world, or one of the largest, up in New York. Ripple bought that, and from that point, I kept telling y'all, they're making this a bank. That's where they're going to hold all the crypto. Well, here we are, Standard Custody. We also apply for Fed Master Account. While Congress is working towards clear rules and regulations in banks in a far cry from years of Operation Choke Point 2.0 and leaning in, the access would allow us to hold RLUSD reserves directly with the Fed and provide additional layers of security for future-proof trust and RLUSD. So now, again, tying directly into the Fed. The Fed holding it like they hold the gold. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing the V12. It's all right. Sit back. Like I said, just wait 6 more months, and I'm going to show you something that you never believe. Brandon, put your pants on. Top of the yacht. Top flow. Top flow. I'm telling you, give me 6 months. I'm going to show you something. I promise you that. Ripple always has and will continue to build trusted, battle-tested, and secured infrastructure in a $250 billion plus market cap. RUSD stands out for putting regulation first, setting the standard in institution expect. So now again, what's Ripple doing? Rolling off to get the charter bank to now officially be considered a bank. And guess what I'm holding? Guess what we hold? I told y'all I was going to take you over the hill, cross the mountain, down the valley, uppercut a couple gorillas and get you across that water if you stuck to it. People, we are here. What more do you need from me? Huh? Well, let's keep dabbling down into the information, shall we? Following into that, if y'all aren't kind of getting the fact of how big this is and where we at, I'm telling y'all, I ain't no snake salesman. You hear me? Snake oil salesman. I wouldn't be promising you V12s and I'm really thinking Nissan Sentra. I said V12. NASDAQ listed Weeba secures $100 million equity line for XRP Treasury expansion. So now the NASDAQ listed company Weeba International is now secured a $100 million equity line for Treasury with XRP line in. Again, tying in further with the fact that we're trying to get RUSD held by the Federal Reserve. Y'all tight, man. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. I know Master Jordan, my family do. I know 2,040 of us do. 2,050 of us do. But it's all right. 6 months and everybody else is going to get it. It's going to be like an epiphany, right? I watch it happen all the time. But let's follow in further. If you're not getting it, like I told you, when they start putting it out in your face, it's too late, and it's way past too late. We on extended overtime right now just because they were trying to stall it out to ISO 222 hit. They had to get everything in order, and most people played around with the time, to be honest with you. Probably didn't do anything. But nonetheless, let's come in breaking. The S.E.C. chair, Paul Atkins, says tokenization is an innovation. My whole goal is to make things transparent from regulatory aspect. Here is the XRP is here with full legal clarity again. Now, I want y'all to see the tone switch to what your government is telling y'all. If you're not holding a stable coin, you are playing with your money, not financial advice. But let's tap down into what the money man tell you about your money. I feel great today. Let's get it. Fayez!
Tokenization is an innovation, and we at the S.E.C. Should be focused on how do we advance innovation in the marketplace. And so I would argue here over the last several years, the S.E.C. has been standing athwart efforts to innovate in the marketplace because things have been unclear. The rules have not been clear. We've had regulation through enforcement. That day is over. We are now, my whole goal is to make things transparent, from the regulatory aspect and give people a firm foundation upon which to innovate and to come out with new products.
And again, I told y'all the regulation phase is coming to an end, guys. And then comes the adoption phase. And that's what we came early for. Because again, trying to compete with institutions, you can't do it. You had to jump in at 50 cents at the flow, like I was screaming. A year and 3 months ago, the floor, right? Because we beat institution. We front ran what they need. This is the institution coin. This is what I want everybody to take. Don't miss why this is such a successful play. Because this is what goes on time and time again to be a profitable trader. You need to get in front of what big money needs and then plant some bands down on
so that they know what they're doing.
I think there are two things to think about, Andrew, and that's tokenization of U.S. stocks, which is one thing which could drive a lot of cost savings for all parties.
I'm not against tokenization. I'm saying if you wanted to,
reduce.
I'm talking about if you wanted to tokenizing SpaceX, which is a private company.
And then there's also an access.
And now, guys, they're leaning that time to something that I'm gonna show at the end here. I told y'all this tokenization in that crypto space was the stock market 2.0. Y'all heard me. I'll pull the clip back up if I have to. And that they were going to have Tesla coin and Walmart coin. And that's how you were going to be able to bilaterally invest in the company while holding something that was paying back dividend. Well, guys, lean into where the financial market is going. This is the time to make generational wealth on the simplest, easiest play of all time. You can't miss it.
Access to private credit, I think you were mentioning, which is a complete individual investor access to private credit, which is also another sort of tricky area in that this is also, as you mentioned, it's not as much liquidity. Valuations are very difficult, particularly I would imagine for an individual investor. I mean, there are a lot of things that here that are new frontiers for investors. Where do you stand on that?
Well, two questions. So as far as tokenization and other innovations in the marketplace to make trading and holding securities easier and with quick settlement, my predecessor pushed for what we call T+1, meaning settlement and clearance the day after the trade, the trading day.
Yep.
And so tokenization and other aspects of doing that tokenization in the marketplace is yet the next step to have much more efficiency in the marketplace.
And essentially what he's saying is this is the upgrade to stock market. Now we've gotten it down to T-1, which means if you were in the stock market, you sell a stock, you have to wait that day for it to settle, then you can pull your money out. Well, now what we're moving to with tokenization, the crypto space, is that I'll be able to settle, sell, and get that money back in 7 to 14 seconds. That is where finance needs to be. Liquidity is the name of the game.
And
XRP provides liquidity to the market space. Now let's keep pulling on through. Massive news. Just to roll in, if that's not information, so now your government screaming. Second video, second time of them blatantly outright saying, hey, we're taking tokenization and stablecoin to the next level. Well, this just in, massive news. S.E.C. approves conversion of Grayscale digital large cap fund into an ETF holding the following cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and ADA. So now again, I told y'all shortly after that lawsuit, what was going to start falling in? Those ETFs, and now the largest big fish gets his coming through first. Grayscale coming through with the XRP ETF. People, sit down, brace yourself, and hold on to your pants, because like I told y'all, mama, I'm bringing it home. Let's keep pushing through another bang episode, shall we? Amelia, tomorrow on July 3rd, another closed door meeting with the S.E.C. It could be possible the S.E.C. makes an announcement regarding Ripple case, since Brad Garlinghouse just recently said that Ripple will drop an appeal against the S.E.C. So again, now tomorrow, July 3rd, closed door S.E.C. meeting. We've been having great information, but all this aligning, and I told you guys, June was a cook up. July is the month where we start to click forward and progressing into what everybody wants, which is price action and a lean into what I'm screaming. I lean into the $20, $30. Well, here we go, guys. Halfway through the year, kicking into that second quarter, let's have some fun. Let's keep tapping now straight to the information, shall we? Along with that, pairing in open paid. And what is open paid? Financial service infrastructure, any business, any web, anywhere, any payment rail. So now again, guys, look at all the partners that are coming doing what? That have to do with the financial infrastructure like a bank and the movement of money. Guys, the writing is all on the wall. But like I said, if you don't want it, it's all right. Somebody's got to wash the rims on a V12, and it just can't be me and mine. We didn't play with it. We had some common sense. But let's keep pulling further through, right? Some stifling. Rumor. Ripple has reportedly finalized an XRP agreement with the United States. Trillions of value are positioning to enter the XRP ledger. This could mark the most pivotal moment in XRP ledger. Now again, all this speculation, but from Stewart, 1725. And to top it off, a beef Burgundian. The beef Burgundian was really good. Brad Garlinghouse tweeted, great dinner last night with the real Donald Trump and Stuart Ardrothy. Now, AI said, what does that meal mean? Beef Burgundian, or whatever you say it, is often used as a metaphor to symbolize a successful business deal, particularly in French business culture, where serving this dish at a dinner signifies the closing of a significant contract due to its association with the high-end dining and celebratory nature of the rich, slow-cooked dish. So now again, we've got both those posts come from them, and then the signification behind that dish with what? All this lined up with them becoming a bank, and then also being adopted in and used by the Federal Reserve and Treasury. You guys tell me where y'all are with what we've read so far, right? Because I tell you, all I do is bring the information. You have your own opinion. But like I said, if it's in your face, it's too late. Here we go again. More Ripple advertisement. What's rolling in? New advertisement at Zurich Airport. Ripple is taking over globally. Again, that is so. Let's see it. Yep. What a beauty. At the airports coming in and out. I'm telling y'all people, we got one in New York on a big billboard, guys. It's off in Dubai on one of their major interstates. Miss it. If you think this company's worth $2, I just need you to sell everything you got and pick up Sheep, please. But now let's keep tapping in. Cool information, just tying into what's coming on with crypto. Omen Hub aims to redefine the future of gaming where play, competition, and ownership converge in a single decentralized platform. The rise of play-to-earn PTE gaming and GameFi gaming plus finance represent a paradigm shift in how players engage with games. PTE allows players to earn digital assets such as cryptocurrencies, NFTs through gameplay. And again, I brought this because, as everybody knows, I don't know how many gamers there are, but GTA 6 is coming out, and there was talks about how crypto is going to be used in that. Guys, it's all lining up. This crypto thing is bigger than what anybody understands. And again, it's our generational opportunity. Has subsetted even EV and AI. This is outperforming how fast cell phones and the internet was integrated. People, you're on the front of changing your legacy. Do not miss this opportunity. But let's keep pulling on through now. What do we have to pull up here? Robinhood. CEO Vlad Tenev says it's time to move beyond Bitcoin and meme coins into real world assets. And again, we are in Robinhood's play right now. Robinhood is on a run up. I do not like those people based off what happened with AMC, GameStop saga. I was in that, that's when I kind of started my investing career. But now, hey, if you're tying into my money, we up right now in our contracts because I know what this actually means coming from crypto experience. We have a little bit of leverage against the normal retail investor, right? But now, coming in, listen to what they're saying and what they're queuing to. Let's get down to it. Come on, Vlad. Talk to us.
It will make it easier to invest in American companies if you're outside the world. It will also bring the markets into 24/7 and fully on-chain and get all the benefits that crypto technology levies on these traditional.
And again, guys, why it's running up this way at $91, it's really at 96 now. It's because what they've done is Robinhood jumped on it first. They have now started access to the EU to invest in tokenized assets that are pinned to U.S. companies, i.e. again, the Tesla token, the Walmart token like I talked about. Yes, no, that's actually occurred. They've kicked that off, and now that is going to be tying in and allow people to invest in these companies in the U.S. through crypto, guys. You're not understanding the financial boost that is coming from this. And again, how solidified and how real this is. If you have a doubt about what's going on crypto, hey, I can't help you, brother. But if you're not getting that you need to be invested in these stable coins, hey, do you? I'm not a financial advisor and not a hater of any other crypto, but just a lover of XRP. Finish out, Vlad.
So I think it's time to move beyond Bitcoin and meme coins into real world assets that exhibit fundamental utility. I believe.
Talk to me, guys. Are y'all hearing the money chingling in the background? Is anybody smelling V12s? Guys, if you made it this far in the video and you're getting where I am at in this, or getting where we're at in this, if you're enjoying the content, if I am providing this information in such context that you know what's next in upstate, make sure y'all put a V12 down in the chat, guys. What more? If you ain't turned up, what will? And last day to close us off, that orange man came through, cleared out everybody else in your government that was causing problems. S.E.C, commissioners, installed crypto advisors, right? Rechange the face with what's it? U.S. federal housing regulator calls to Congress to investigate Fed Jerome Powell. So now there's a new aim for the orange man to get that man JP out of there. And if that occurs again, guys, and I believe this as well, I believe that Jay Powell does stifle the market, stall it, have them down on excess when they don't necessarily need to. There's improvements on all fronts. We do not need to not be cutting rates at this point. There's no excuse. We don't need to keep dragging. Well, it's getting better, but it's still no. You need to start pumping that GDP growth and that money back in the markets. That's what your job is. Let the American economy do what it does, the greatest economy in the world. But like I said, I'm not mad seeing you go because all that means is that there's a bullish second quarter coming in. Y'all, stay locked in. I told y'all, the fun begins now. Everybody, congratulations to making it to this point. You are right at the crisp at the top of this hill, guys. We got about another 100 yards. Got another 100 yards. You stay locked in for another 6 months. Yes. Come on with it. And like I said, that 6 months is going to be 6 months of growth and money, not 6 months of $2. Y'all hold it down. Let me get this edited up. You know what time it is. Oh, yeah.